She had a wrist tattoo, and like she would cover it up with makeup, and it was really, really obvious.
That kind of sucks.
Remember, Crazy James had the your priest jacking off, and that's why he always had the Band-Aid on his.
He had a priest jacking off tattoo?
Yeah.
Why would you get that?
Who did?
Crazy James, season 9.
Oh, I didn't.
Like he always had, they either blurred it out or you'd see him wearing like a Band-Aid over it.
That sucks, dude. What a pain in the butt that'd have to be to have a Band-Aid on your arm the whole time. Jeff, what made you get yours?
Which one?
I didn't know you had more than one. The one up top.
You are not allowed to talk about production.
Not allowed to talk about priests jacking off.
Your son.
That's the end of that conversation. I was on spring break.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Were you drunk?
No, we were sober. We're like, let's get tattoos.
Actually, they're not supposed to tattoo you if you're drunk, because your blood is so thin.
This one I was wasted. Yeah. This one I wasn't.
What's this?
It's the sun, and then what's inside of it?
A cross. I just went there and I knew I wanted a cross, and all my buddies were supposed to do it. And so my buddy went first, and he got his name with a cross. I'm like, all right, I don't want to get a cross too. And I saw a sun. Like, that sun's pretty cool. Like up here, and I'm like, I'll get a sun with a cross in the middle, you know? And then we got it, and my other buddy pussed out, and he didn't do it, so we ended up with tattoos. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I remember I got back, I'm like, I can't believe I have a fucking real tattoo. I was like, holy shit. I was in Florida, and my buddy had like a pillow stuffed in his mouth. And I'm like, dude, is that crooked? It was crooked. And my cross was like,
Yours?
yeah, it was like that. Like, it was like off. I got it fixed. I'm like, dude, is that crooked? And they all started fucking busting out laughing. I'm like, oh my God, I got a crooked tattoo.
What's it like behind?
And then
Dude, how
my other
pissed
buddy,
were you?
his name's Joe, and it said, instead of Joey, it looked like it said Toey. I'm like, what are you laughing at? Yours says Toey. And then it was like 1 a.m, and we're still at our hotel. I'm like, honestly, I fucking hate this place. Let's get out of here. We're like, fuck it. We just left. We're so mad we got tattoos. Yeah.
Oh my
That
God.
sucks. What's the one on your wrist?
It's Strength and Honor. I love the movie Gladiator.
Yeah.
Every time before he goes to war, he like
tight.
says that.
Yeah, Strength and Honor.
So I always used to watch Gladiator. Like, I'd always come home drunk and watch Gladiator or whatever, you know? And I'd put it on. My buddies were like, dude, you in that movie.
It's a great movie.
So I was like, that's my favorite. So I'm like, one day we were sitting around and I'm like, dude, you know what's cool? Like a wrist tattoo. And this was like before everyone had wrist tattoos. I'm like, a wrist tattoo's badass. And I'm like, yeah, right. And we're drinking, like, you would never get that. And this is why I lived here. I'm like, yeah, I would. And I'm like, I would get something like that. And like, what'd you get? I'm like, I don't know, Strength and Honor. And they're like, yeah, you wouldn't do it. Well, so we go back and forth, and they're like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I would. I'm like, let's go. I'm like, you gonna pay for it? And they're like, yeah, I'll pay for it. Get one. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking get one. So we just went down on Sunset.
This is the worst way to do it, dude.
Yeah, we went down on Sunset, and we were drunk. I can't believe they gave me a tattoo. And I'm like, yeah, I want Strength and Honor. And they like got it off the computer, and they're like, okay. And the girl comes and she puts it from here to here, the thing. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what's up with that? You know, I'm like, no. I'm like, I just want a little one, you know? And she's like, all right. So she comes back and it's like this big. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, what's up with that? And she's like, honestly, I can't deal with this kid. To me, I was like, what the fuck's going on? And this guy's like, dude, she's a fucking bitch. He's like, what do you want? I'm like, dude, I want something to cover my wrist. He's like, oh, okay, what's the problem? So he did it, and I'm like, what? To my buddy, all of a sudden it was done. He's like, dude, you got a tattoo. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I got that. So the guy's like, all right, $80. So my buddy opens his wallet, and I just grabbed all the money. I'm like, thanks, buddy. I just I don't mind. I like it.
Dude, that's like the worst way you could possibly get a fucking tattoo. Like,
but I knew I wanted it,
Right.
you know what I mean? So I'm like, I think it's badass, and I just did it. Good thing it's not like, you know,
Big.
something stupid.
Everybody,
I liked it. I liked it.
because everybody I know that got tattooed has a story behind it. Like
Yeah.
they always say, oh man,
Especially if they have one or two, you know what I
Right.
mean? Not like a million.
yeah.
so funny. I've done that so many times with like stupid shit though. You're like, no, you wouldn't do that. And fuck yeah, I'd do that. And it's like, no, you wouldn't, dude. Fuck you, let's go do it right now. And then you're
And
just
we
like,
did it. We just shot down.
Yeah.
That's it.
My ex-girlfriend was a tattoo artist, and when she was bored, she would tattoo herself.
That Shamrock.
Oh my
She would
God.
get, yeah, she
Oh,
has like a
okay,
big
okay.
Cleveland Indians type logo. It's a band. Tomahawk has a logo. Looks like Cleveland Indians, but the teeth are all sharp.
You don't have any tattoos.
None.
Yeah.
None.
You don't?
Jewish
None,
people aren't
zero.
supposed to have
Oh,
tattoos.
that's right.
Plus, when I was going out with her, everybody I hung out with was like covered in tattoos, and I was the only one with a clean canvas, so that made me different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got my little peace sign when I was 19, and I got out of a relationship, and the guy was really controlling, and we were always fighting, and I was like, I need to be a more calm, peaceful person. So I decided to tattoo it on my ankle. So then for the year after I got it, from 19 to almost to 21, whenever I would get really agitated, I would just look down at it and be like, peace, peace.
Serenity now, serenity
cool.
now.
Yeah. And then this
That's
one I
your
got
brother,
last
right?
June. Or my brother wedding, right before the barbecue, I went and surprised him, and 3 infinity
What
signs
was
over
his
my
name?
bloodline, me and 2
The
half
guy
brothers.
that,
That's cool.
Serenity
Yeah,
now?
did it over my bloodline.
Oh, no,
I'm in the
the
middle.
guy that was
Of course.
working
That was
Of
Mayor
course.
Dinkins.
no.